Hello and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I'm an empath and an intuitive card reader as well. I'm here this evening to do the general monthly reading for the month of November for the sign of Scorpio. I was going to start the monthlies with Libra, the birthday month, but in less than an hour the birthday month for Libras basically comes to an end. So I went on to the next sign, which is Scorpio. So because it's starting tomorrow, it's going to be their turn. Okay, so if you're new to YouTube and new to my channel, and you find you like the reading, you'd like to hear more, hit that red subscription button beneath this video window, if you please. And every time I post anything new, you'll be notified via your email notifications. That way you don't miss anything. Also to state that this is a general reading, which may or may not resonate with you in a personal way. I do offer the service of private personal readings. If you'd like one, you can find all that information below the subscription button in the description box. Please, please, please read through it at least once, and then you can ship off an email to me. I find a lot of people don't bother. They just grab the email and away they go with it, and they have no idea how it works here with Bay of Fundy Fortunes, and I have to go through this long spiel and usually for nothing. So I'd appreciate it if you guys could do that. Anybody that's new and you want something, a reading done. For those also that are new, sorry to drag this out, but these are things that have to be necessary before a reading begins. I use two decks of cards. One is called the Oceanic Tarot deck, and this is written by Jane Wallace. The illustrator for the cards is Jane Delaford Taylor. And I pull 5 cards out of that 78 card deck. That's your main spread. Then I pull one significator at the end from the deck of tarot, written by Bridget Reed. Illustrator is Colin Howard. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's see here. I think that's it for now. I'm just glad to be back. I'll just say that much anyways. My laptop died. I've been away for a little bit. And I was only down about 4 days and I got rescued. Somebody bought me a brand new system, and I mean brand. I would have been happy with used secondhand. And this is a huge system. It's the biggest one I've ever had. So I'm hoping that the readings go along a little bit faster as long as I can shut my mouth and get to it, right? Okay. All right. So the very first card that I pulled for you, Scorpio, is the King of Wands. And because it's Wands, it's all about practicality. Okay. Now, when this man appears, he's usually a man of action. He's engaging and inspiring leader. His feelings always show. No second guessing with this guy. He's somebody, when you approach him before, the minute you make eye contact and you spy him, across the room, across the street, whatever, just by instantly looking at him, what kind of a mood he's in. How receptive is he going to be today? He wears everything right here. He doesn't hide anything from anybody. Therefore, you always know where you stand with this person. This is your overall energy for the reading, by the way. He has a lot of important connections to very many people. This can be the you card. So this can be you, Scorpio, in this case. All right? Male or female, in this case, it's unisex. It's both. We have both genders viewing the video. This card, overall energy being the you card, is male or female. Either way, when this card shows up, it can indicate that you should expect to find practical solutions to practical problems. That's what wands are all about. They're all about practicality. So the advice of this card when it comes up is to explore your passion. Look for unconventional people in unconventional places. Keywords are energy, creativity, power, passion, wisdom, freedom, and openness. If this is an actual person that's other than you, I feel to tell you that from the minute I laid the cards out, I kept getting one recurring nudge over and over and over again. And the cards, the meanings, where they almost tell the story before I even begin to read it. And the strong nudge that I have is that patience and perseverance. You're going to have to hold back on something, delay something, and it's going to take patience for you to do that. It could be a bit of a bumpy ride. I can't really see what it is. I'm thinking in creative projects or jobs, personal endeavors, something that you're wanting to start and take on, and for some reason you've got, it's being imposed upon you that you have to wait. That's your overall energy. Your second card that I pulled for you falls into your wealth and your finances, anything to do with money and making money, saving money, spending money. I pulled up the Eight of Swords. It's about restrictions. All right. So when this card shows up, it's indicating a big change coming on for you, Scorpio, such as maybe a new job, leaving a job, relationships, starting or leaving relationships, or major changes like that. Whichever way it swings, it's major. It's big. On projects as well. Yes. This card, when it shows up, often reveals that there's a relationship on lockdown because one is not free to commit, bound by way too much responsibility already. The advice is to, for this card, is to get practical about things. Get control of your own life and of your future. Never mind what others may think, and there will be other people giving their 2 cents and putting their opinions and their thoughts on there and thrusting them on you. Here's the big word here today. If I had to pick a word with this reading, because it's just resonating, and it's imposed. Imposed. You're being made to wait. You're being made to do something. You just have to do it. And you are imposed upon. Another imposition with this card, because you're having a hard time committing to relationships, bound by too much responsibility from other people that's being imposed on you. And it's really starting to cramp your style and your lifestyle, in your sense of freedom. Yes, the advice of the card is to get practical and control your own life and future. And everybody's always going to want to put their 2 cents in, whether you ask for it or not. So you're going to be seeing some of that. You can free yourself, Scorpio, by being less, not rudely, just a little less tolerant of other people. People sometimes have to be told to respect the space in the personal, just what's going on in your business and in your private life that is not their business. Some people are just don't cut them off at the knees. When you know where they're going they've got something to say to you, or something comes up in conversation, if you know where they're going with it and it's going to be along those lines, cut it short. And just look them in the eye and say, this is what I need to do. All right? And it will get done. I don't need you needling me. There's going to be a lot of needling. It's just going to drive you crazy. You're going to have moments. Keywords for this card are separation and fear, burdens, lack of vision, being stuck, responsibility, and change. I just got a nudge for somebody that you are looking at a job change. You are definitely going to make a move. It is going to happen, but you're being forced to wait before you can take action to make that happen. And the card's preparing you for that. Don't think you're going to go gung-ho and just go find another job, or be able to bring yourself, into that position so quickly, right? It'll be chomping at the nails. I want out of here, and I want to start that new job so bad I can taste it, and I can't. I have to wait. That's a real big nudge for somebody out there. And it's the same with, see, the fear and the feeling of burdens come from too many other prior commitments that are getting in the way of maybe this other job, that are getting in the way of a relationship, from stopping a relationship from getting any further and growing any further. That all comes back to not being able to, you're stuck and you can't move forward, and you want to make more money. It's important that you make more money, and the opportunity's right there. And you know, the logical side of your brain says all you got to do is reach out and take it. What's the matter, right? But then the intuitive side says not now. Or there may be some concrete reasons. Some of you leave comments. There's probably concrete reasons why you can't seem to grow and move right now, and you're just stuck, and you're feeling, some of you, feelings of resentment and not liking the imposition being put on you. And when is this going to end? I need to move forward with my life. I'm never going to get ahead if I can't break free of all these things. So here's another nudge. When other people start gathering around you and clinging to you like they can't move sideways without you being there, or you giving them the permission, or what, you leading them, or they holding on to you in some way. Those are the people you look at and you go, you can do this for yourself. Why are you clinging? Less tolerance right there. You're going to have to tell some people you're fully capable of doing or managing on your own, or doing for yourself, or taking care of your own problems or issues. Not me. I'm not your savior. I'll help you when I can. So you're going to have to be strict that way, and you're never going to make more money. It ain't going to happen. Sometimes it's, in order for everybody else's benefit, you have to be able to improve yourself and to grow and to flourish and to blossom. One moment, please. Now, for some of you, this whole reading is going to lead towards personal relationships with your significant others, girlfriends, boyfriends, wives, husbands. Some of you are going to go through some big, major changes. Somebody's about to get engaged. Somebody's relationship has gone stagnant. Some are content, but they're going to have their life ruffled up a little bit. So the card that I pulled, in your relationship sector, anything, any love of any kind that's close to your heart, that can be love of anything or anybody. Don't be alarmed for those of you that are not, if you're new to tarot. My card looks a little different in this deck, the Oceanic, because it's the Oceanic. In the traditional tarot cards, this card of death. It's all about transformation. In the other decks, it's usually, it's the Grim Reaper, the skeleton with the black cloaked, hooded cloak, carrying, his Reaper, I guess it is, riding on a very large, gallant steed. And it doesn't mean death. If it did, that would come through. That's not coming through at all, and it hardly ever does with this card. Death is transformation. It's transforming from one thing, the old, and into the new. And sometimes, for some of you, you're not going to be happy with those changes. But transformation, anything can happen. Once transformation has been made, anything can happen. The card indicates a great change in life. It's a time to form action, to get yourself ready for change, for those of you that are aware that there's changes coming, such as job changes, moving to another place, changing friends, changing groups of friends, relationships, of course. Someone may have lost somebody recently through a death, and that did bring, it's already happened. The card's not predicting that. But it's about somebody that lost somebody else, and this has happened recently. So it's made a huge impact in your life, and nothing's ever going to be the same again. It's just going to be different. Some of you will be giving up some bad habits, or looking at giving up some bad habits. A habitual way of living, maybe. One of you out there is wondering if the person that you've been seeing really truly does love you in the right ways. But when the death card comes along, it clears it clears the way. A new era is beckoning to you, Scorpio. The advice of this card is what will be, will be. Don't resist change. That needs to happen. And when it does, and you won't be able to see some of you through the pain that you're feeling from breakups to death to just losses in general, the card is suggesting, not me, it's the card, so don't think I'm being insensitive, but the card suggests to embrace any changes that come your way. Embrace them. Keywords for this card are rebirth, endings, change, release, relief, and conclusions. There's a lot in that card. It could apply to many different people on several different levels. Definitely change is coming up for you, Scorpio, for most of you, I would say. I'd say a good 60% of you watching this video, in this reading, are going to go through tremendous changes in your life. Some will be awe-inspiring changes. Some will be life-altering and not all so bad. Some of it good. The Scorpio, Scorpions are usually fairly wise people, and they'll go ahead and do something, whether they're comfortable with it or not, because it needs to be done. They carry the pain of that inside. They don't show it. Just nudge to tell some of you that. The fourth card that I pulled for you are your challenges for the month of November. And what I pulled for you is the Angel of the Ocean. And it's all about healing. How appropriate after following the card of death. She bears the infinity symbol. For those of you that don't know, that's that sideways H she has her arms length through. You notice that? Look at the cups. She has cups. She's the Angel of the Ocean. And the sun rays are beaming down on her. And she's receiving all the blessings and all the wisdom. And the healing shall begin. The mermaid is the Angel of the Ocean. The infinity symbol shows that her purpose is to bring harmony to the emotional, to the mental, to the physical, and the spiritual aspects of life. She's shown up here in your challenges. Number one, learn to believe in her and know that she's there. And number two, in all sincerity, heed what the card is showing you. What you need to get through, because this is all about challenges. And the card's about healing. And sometimes, as human beings, sometimes we're more of our own worst enemy in ways that, we get stubborn in our pain, in our fatigue, in our exhaustion. We get stubborn. And we say, well, I'm not going to do that. I know it'll make me feel better, but I'm just not putting in the effort. I'm not doing that. That's what part of this is. She also shows up. She's the peacekeeper. What her specialty is she heals all past traumas. She balances your mind and your body and your finances as well. Your finances actually, in this situation, there's another challenge for November, is to keep your priorities now in order, or to prioritize certain things in your life. The angel card is here to guide you through these most stressful times, and almost put a balm, B-A-L-M, like rubbing a balm over a wound or a pain or a sore muscle. This is metaphorically. She's there because Scorpio, some of you are going to go through some troubling times in the month of November. Not just the big changes, but other things. Life-altering, as I said. She's here to take the edge off a little bit as you go through it. She's going to toughen you up here, but she's going to soften you and take the edge off. The advice of this card also is to work little and work a little bit harder. Try to reconcile with anything that's opposite you. Make an effort is what I feel to tell you for some of you. Make an effort. Make an effort to stay on an even keel with everything and everybody around you. If you can remain at times conscious of that, you know, if you're, let's say you're working in a call center and there's just this wave of activity and electrical currents and energies just flying, and some days that in that sitting environment, we're not robots, we're humans, so we fluctuate day to day, moment to moment, and sometimes, you know, it's like everything's screaming at you. In those moments, if you could collect yourself for like a split second and go, balance it out. You can do that. You can you know, the audio part of your brain can make that into a background din. If you can focus your mind on something else, that'll fade after a bit, and take some deep breaths so that you can just release the tension that just got built up inside you because you're in crazy world. Keywords for this card are balance, patience, angels, and finance. So again, we come back to relationships and we come back to jobs. Big changes, but here I already told you what your challenges are, so that's what you get. You get what you get. It just makes you stronger, Scorpio. Just don't let it make you bitter. For any of you that go through something not bad, that is bad, and for some of you, you know, the changes are going to be good. Some of you, they're going to be surprises, and you're going to have to get your feet under you so that you can stand straight and tall again and try to absorb the changes that are being posed upon you. The last card that I pulled for you in the 5-card spread using the Oceanic Tarot deck is a message from Spirit for you. Knight of Pentacles. It's about loyalty. Nudge straight off to tell you, Scorpio, that you're going to become aware real soon and feel a lot of gratitude for those that are loyal to you. You're going to find yourself appreciating certain people more than you ever did in your life. Some of them are going to take this rough ride that some of you are on, and your friend or friends are going to kind of lift you and carry you through where they're able to. They won't be able to carry you through the whole thing. They're going to be there, but their times are going to actually make the transitions and the changes in your life just a little bit easier, like the angel of the ocean. They'll soften the outer layers of everything, so it won't be so traumatic, and you get through it as smoothly and as possibly as you can. Pentacles also represent money as well. Somebody's going to be receiving a loan, to a financial loan, not through a bank. Maybe some of you are, but in this instance, but through a friend. And that's where the loyalty comes into play. And the appreciation that you're going to feel for somebody For one of you, if somebody doesn't show up to bail you out or to help you, to loan you some money so you can make things happen, there comes that imposed situation. I have to wait, and I don't want to wait. So if you look and if you think about it, talk to a friend or two about it. Somebody's going to come through for you. Don't worry about that. That's very, very strong. I'm feeling the heat off the card on that one. Somebody's going to come through for you. So you won't be imposed upon, and you'll be able to move forward a lot sooner than you would have without anybody coming and giving any help. The knight is slow and steadfast. He plans his moves with care. He may not be charming, but he is loyal, and he is trustworthy, and he's always taken very seriously. He often shows up in a reading that shows good business dealings. There you go. There you go. You're going to have this business. Somebody's going to loan you some money so you can move ahead and start to manifest the life and the things that you want and need. This person as well is also associated with a good home. This is the right time for all serious decisions to make about your future. And a little extra, the advice of the card is to work hard, because you may not like it and it may not be exciting, but in the end it'll bring its own great rewards. You'll be further much ahead in the whole big picture here if you work a little bit harder. Give 110% if you can give 110%. Orders, plans, trust, work, support are your key words in your message from Spirit. You're lucky that you have a friend. You're lucky that you have somebody that's going to help you out that way. I just went through something like this. You know, things I didn't see coming. I was very, very, there was something bad. I'm not a Scorpion, but I just went through exactly something like this. Something bad happened, and I was completely, oh my God, what am I going to do? And on the fourth day, a friend heard what had happened, and they were texting me at work. They worked all day. They went out, and then they drove from one city out here to my place in Shands Harbor by 7 o'clock that night. And my problems were solved. And that's what you call. People like that don't come along every day. I hope that down the road I can repay this person in some way, shape, or form. But people like that, you've got a friend out there like that that's going, you may have a couple if you're really, really wealthy that way. All right, so the last card that I pulled from the deck of tarot, I pulled Temperance, but it came up in reverse. Beautiful card. And I always pull my book on the tarot. And this came up reverse, Scorpio. The reverse is conflict, conflict, lack of harmony, hostility, frustration, and impatience. And yes, can Scorpio be all those things when things aren't going their way? I didn't want to say that halfway through the reading, but I was seeing it there. And there are one or two of you, boys, oh boys, there won't be any harmony. You're going to be feeling hostile towards everybody because you're so frustrated at having to wait, of having to sacrifice. And you're running out of patience real quick. But you have to be patient just a little bit more. As I said, be less tolerant of other people that are around you in your life. Those that you feel are genuinely wasting your time in tying up your life. And you will find there are a couple people like that, and you're going to need to straighten them out. Like I said, referring back to that a few minutes ago, is don't be rude about it. Just be very cut and dry. You know, you got to do what you got to do. That's the way it is. But don't become so hostile that, you know what happens? You end up taking it out on the wrong people. Because that hostility needs to go somewhere. It's an energy, and it needs to feed into something, you know. It's like what goes in must come out. But there's better ways for you to get rid of that frustration than taking the easy route and just picking the very next person that walks by me is, yeah, you just want to sting them like the scorpion that you can be, right? And it's going to be hard to hold on to that. It's hard to keep your cool because you're going to be feeling like I have no control right now. I'm not able to do the things I want to do. And when is it going to be my turn? Your turn will come, but the energies right now are already saying great changes coming up for you that you got to watch for. Some are good, some not so good. Some changes won't happen at all, and then other changes will. One word again, fits both. Imposed upon. You know, changes coming on you had no control over, and you have to go with the flow and accept it, and that's just the way it is. And then no change at all and being held stagnant, imposed upon. Imposed, that's how you're feeling for the month of November, is imposed upon. You have to be patient. You have to dig very deep into the well of who Scorpio is and what they're all about. You'll get through it. November is a crappy month. I think it is. I've always said that. I've got my window. It's a very warm night here. We've got two weather systems. That big hurricane for you people down in the States right now. We're getting I'm way up the western seaboard, way up the coast, and where I live, this tropical storm is so big. And then there's a cold front coming down this way. And that cold front's going to hit here, and it's going to suck in all the precipitation from that. That's how big that storm is. That it's like a tropical depression for us, I guess, or something. But we're expecting like about 70 to 80 millimeters of rain between tonight and tomorrow, and then 80 to 100 kilometer an hour winds as well. It's very warm. So I was out in the deck before I began this reading, and the wind is picking up really well here now. We had a really crazy surf a while ago. You just hear the boom. That's what it sounds like every time it comes in and hits. Boom. So we're going to get some surges and stuff like that. I'm safe where I'm at. I'm up on the hill. I look down into my yard. So, but, for some of you, Scorpions, it's going to be like this, what I call a weather bomb, really. You just got to put on your crash helmet and your safety vest and promise yourself to take a vow of silence over the next month of November so that you don't become too frustrated to be serious about it. Too frustrated that you're taking it out on everybody around you because you can't move. It's going to be awful hard for you. Awful, awful hard. Find some constructive way to get rid of the frustration before you slight a few people. Anyway, Scorpio, that's your reading for November. I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to say thanks to you guys for stopping by and viewing the reading and spending a little bit of time here with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the little red subscription button. So, yeah, November. Let's wait and see. I'll be back after the 1st of November, the middle of November, I'll be doing the mid-monthlies for all the 12 signs. So until then, my heart to yours. Just chill out and take it easy, Scorpio. Things are going to get better. And I hope to see you back here for the mid-monthlies for November. Good night.